I'm going to show you how to migrate a server running in a VMware environment to Amazon Web Services. The VMware environment is Fusion 6. It's running on a Mac server. I'm going to use UForge's UForge for the migration. UForge has a variety of functions, factory, marketplace, but today we'll just focus on the migration. Our target environment is going to be Amazon's Web Services, or EC2. And the server application we're going to migrate will be OwnCloud. OwnCloud is running on that VMware Fusion environment sitting underneath my desk. It has file sharing capability and versioning, calendaring, contacts, all the usual stuff. And tasks too. You can add additional functionality if you'd like. First step is to log into UForge. So I'm going to sign into this account, hit sign in, and UForge launches. Brings me to my usage summary, which gives me an idea of how much I've used this. I've done 7 migrations. Click on the Migration tab to get started. And we see one migration that's listed. It's Humid Cloud right here. But we're going to do a new scan. So I click on Scan a live system. And I'll enter a instance name. So this is just my identifier for this particular scan. So I'm going to call it OwnCloud. And I can exclude directories and files if I want. So I'll exclude temp directory. So there we go. I can add other directories or volumes if I would like. We click on Next, and we get instructions on our next step, which is to install the UForge scan.binary on the server. So the first thing I'm going to do is log into my server. I'll log in as root, but as long as you've got sudo access to run the binary, you'll be fine. So there's nothing in my home directory, so I'll use that wget command to grab or download the binary from UForge. So there we go, it's downloading. Fini. So next thing I need to do is make this file executable. So I chmod it, executable. There we go. Finally, we run that uforge-scan bin command. So I grab it off of UForge, copy it, paste it into my shell, and hit return. And it'll come back asking for my user password. And actually, this is the password in the UForge environment. This is not my server password. This is my UForge password. So it's connected, and it'll start running through, collecting information about that server. It does a package count, scans the system for which packages are available, generates a report that sends back up to UForge describing that server. UForge then does an analysis, really to determine what it needs to grab from the server that it doesn't already have. So UForge has completed its analysis, and now it is uploading the Delta binary. So this is all the files that are not in UForge's own repository. So these things can be outside of what the operating system is, or any changes that one may have made to some of the OS files or configuration files. It extracts the archive, imports the binaries, and voila, it is finished. I can get a scan summary report by simply clicking on it. The report is broken into 3 sections. This top section gives me just information about the server, how long the scan took, the number of packages, and number of files the server has. The next section lists the packages. So I get to see the package name, version number, the release, and architecture. On the right-hand side is a green icon that tells me whether or not that package is in UForge's own repository. If it's not in the repository, then UForge will have to make a copy of it before it can actually deploy the new server in its environment. The final section is what files exist on that server. I can drill down into directories and take a look at what folders and files are there. Again, if a file already exists within the UForge repository, I don't have to make a copy of it to deploy that new server. This can save significant time in doing a migration. The next step is to generate an image from this scan. So let's go back to our scans. On the right, you'll see three icons. This first icon lets me import the scan into my appliance library. The second icon lets me generate an image from this scan. That's the one that we will use. This last icon lets me delete the scan altogether. So let's select Generate an Image. First we choose a format. I can choose a variety of virtual formats such as Hyper-V, KVM, VBox, or cloud formats where we'll find Amazon machine images for EC2. Select AMI. I choose my account. I can set a disk size, but in this case I'm going to use Elastic Block Store backed image, and that defaults to a 10 gig disk at a minimum. So I'll stick with that. And then I'll hit Generate, which you can't see because the button is hidden. So now UForge is going to generate an image. And so here we've got it running. It's installing distribution. This process, I've speeded it up for this video. It takes about 5 minutes or so to actually build the disk image. Okay, the generation is complete. And so now my next step is to actually publish this to Amazon. So I have two icons here. I can download this AMI to my desktop, and then manually upload it to Amazon if I wanted to, or I can publish it to Amazon directly. So I'm going to do that. So I'll hit publish. It's going to come back, ask me what my account is, what region I want to go into. So I usually select the East, and then give it a name. So give it some cloud, 14A. And then I'm going to publish this. And then we wait, see what happens. Looks like it's done publishing. Okay, so now we're going to launch the image. So UForge has already uploaded it to Amazon Web Services. It's an Elastic Block Store image. I've logged into the AWS Management Console. So I'm going to go over to the EC2. And if I look at my AMIs, I will see there it is, the OwnCloud AMI we just uploaded. Select it, launch. And I can select from a variety of instance types, of course. I'm just going to do a micro instance. You can configure instance details. Really nothing here for me to configure. I could add storage if I wanted to. I can tag it, give it a name. And I can configure security groups, which I actually have to because I want to make sure that it is accessible via the web and via SSH. And I go and launch that. Give it a key pair and go. And let's see, so it's pending and we wait. Okay, it looks like OwnCloud is up and running in US East, just like we want. Let's go grab the IP address of this. There it is. 54.224.126.66. Just to show you that I still have my instance running locally, 192.168.140. It's fine. See, it still works. Calendar. In fact, let's do something. Since this is the one that's running underneath my desk, I'll edit this. You change this to make this a longer event. There we go. So remember this. I'm going to go open up that server, hopefully. Oh, so there, see Apache's running, which is a good sign. Let's log into it now. OwnCloud. And there we go. We've got 4 bookmarks or 4 files. Let's take a look at my local instance, 4 files. They look the same. Let's go to calendar on the .40. Here's our big edit video appointment. And see here, the one running on Amazon, it's just that one day, which makes sense since that's when we scan that image. So there you have it. Migrating a live server from VMware Fusion to Amazon Web Services. It takes me a lot longer to put the video together than actually generating and migrating these servers. If you'd like to learn more, sign up for a free UForge account at useyoursoft.com. Thanks for taking the time to learn more about UForge. Ciao.